What's up everybody, Smooth Cosplayer here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. Got a lot to cover in this video tonight. I'm hitting you with actually about 2 different episodes all in one. I'm going to hit you guys with another costume spotlight. This one is going to be on my Rain cosplay from Mortal Kombat. Also doing Raw Cosplay Wednesday, also on Rain, since today is Wednesday. Going back to another costume spotlight because I'm going to be highlighting my mashup, my latest mashup, the ninja formerly known as Rain, which is a mashup of the aforementioned Rain and Prince, who he was named after, and doing a little bit of an update for you guys because tomorrow is the start of Dragon Con. Gonna give you guys a little hint as to what's coming next month. So, costume spotlight, Rain. I decided to do Rain in the summer of 2016. Let's take you back to MomoCon 2016. I met my man Jet's Cosplay for the first time at MomoCon, and he was wearing his immaculately sick Noob Saibot cosplay. He is to this day my favorite Noob Saibot cosplayer, and he was wearing it's his own personal original design. It is not a canon costume. Now notice I said canon costume, not canon cosplay. You guys catch an old video of mine to see why I made that distinction. But yes, his version of Noob Saibot is a original design. You won't see it in any game. He made that up himself. I was particularly impressed by the shoulder pauldrons, armor, whatever you want to call that. They were made out of motorcycle tires, y'all. It just looks sick. But it inspired me. It got me thinking, you know what? My favorite genre of video games is fighting games, but I have yet to do a fighting game cosplay. And I'm like, I have to rectify that. I cannot have this. I will not have it in Baku voice. So I decided, okay, let me do someone from Mortal Kombat. Thought about my favorite characters. My favorite characters 1 and 2 are Scorpion and Jax. Didn't want to do Scorpion because I don't know if you guys noticed from any of my past videos and any of my cosplays that I love traveling the road less traveled. I tend to steer away from very popular or overdone cosplays. Now, nothing wrong with characters that are overdone, nothing wrong with cosplaying a popular character. Y'all, I will defend Deadpool and Harley cosplayers to the death. Y'all leave them alone. If that's what you want to cosplay as, if that's what your cosplay heart is telling you to do that. Just for me personally, I guess I tend to be allergic to popular characters when it comes to cosplay. Like, there's not a cosplay in my arsenal that I can wear to a regular civilian Halloween costume party and people will automatically know who I am. I most likely will have to explain who I am if I do those. So that's why I'm not doing a Scorpion. I'm not going to say I'll never do Scorpion, but he's nowhere near on my radar. It ain't happening no time soon. So now we have Jax. Now I love Jax. You know, similar to how, if when you're younger and you were playing a fighting game or playing any video game, you had your sister or your female cousin or a female friend over and she always picked a girl and it seemed to annoy you, but really that just goes to show representation matters. Representation matters. Like, that's why all the ladies flock to the female characters. Like, I want that person that represents me. So of course, most of us young black guys, we gravitated towards Jax in Mortal Kombat. Now, on the flip side of that, I couldn't stand Balrog from Street Fighter. I never picked him. The only time I ever picked him was when I was just trying to make sure I beat the game with everybody, just like one time. Like, nothing against boxing, but if I'm playing a fighting game where there's a lot of different fighting styles, why am I gonna pick the style that only uses fists? Like that, nobody does that. But anyway, so I do like Jax because I like wrestlers as well. But that's the cliche thing. That's okay. If any black guy is going to dress up as a Mortal Kombat character, people think, oh, he's going to dress Jax, he's going to be Jax. So that's why I kind of steered away from Jax. Now, I will do Jax eventually. He's actually 3rd on my list. After Rain, I'm actually going to do Ermac, and then I'll probably do Jax. So not doing Scorpion, not doing Jax for right now. I figured, okay, who can I do that I like enough, but isn't overdone and isn't cliche? And I thought about Rain. Rain always intrigued me. If you look at that intro to Mortal Kombat 3 when he debuted, there's this one portion of the intro where there's this mysterious purple ninja just going in on Shao Kahn, just giving him the business. And I was like, who is that? I need to find out who that is. So Rain has always intrigued me. Now, when it comes to doing cosplays, I like knowing everything that I can about the character. That's no diss to people who don't. I fully support whatever reason you want to cosplay. If you want to cosplay somebody just because it looks cool, do that. If you want to cosplay a character just because you like building things, do that. I'm not that person who says that you have to know every single thing about a character. But for me, I want to know every single thing about a character. So I started researching Rain to see if there's anything I didn't already know about him. And I came across a video from Screw Attack on YouTube. They do a lot of top 10 lists, top 10 this, top 10 that. And this list was the top 10 worst Mortal Kombat characters. And Rain was on there. I'm like, why is Rain on the list of worst Mortal Kombat characters? He's on that list because of him being named after Prince. I'm like, what the heck? Like, you would think that'd be a reason for being on the best top 10 characters. So I researched this a little bit further, and I find out that leading up to Mortal Kombat 3, you know, there's all the pallet-swapped ninjas. Scorpion's yellow, Sub-Zero's blue, Reptile's green, Noob Saibot is black, Scorpion's gray. I don't know if Ermac was already thought of by then, but Ermac is red. Excuse me. And basically, Boone and Tobias came to the thought of, hey, what color have we not used yet for a ninja? And they came up with purple and immediately thought Purple Rain, you know, from Prince. They even took the joke further and made it so that Rain is the prince of Edenia, the realm that Katana comes from. So when I found that out, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do Rain, but at some point I have to do Prince. I have to mash this thing up somehow. So I started on Rain, and I had the thought of, okay, I'm going to have it done by Anime Weekend Atlanta, which is, at the time, was towards the end of September. But then I found out about the Mortal Kombat photo shoot that goes on at Dragon Con. I'm like, I told myself I wasn't going to do Con Crunch this year. I told myself I wasn't going to put that pressure on myself. But here we are. I'm in summer of 2016, and I'm scrambling to get Rain together for Dragon Con. So found some purple shin guards that I loved. They weren't purple, I spray painted them purple. Some shin guards. I found some good forearm guards for it that I liked. I was not that good at making things out of foam yet, so that's why I just chose those. Now, I did make, pretty proud of myself on this. This is my first time making a major part of my costume myself, so I decided to make the tabard, I believe that's called, for Rain's costume. I started trying to use cloth, trying to sew it together. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted. It kept kind of falling off my shoulders. I felt like I needed something more sturdy. So my wife had a yoga mat that she had been using, and with her permission, I used her yoga mat, cut it up, put some plastic dip on it. I used black plastic dip thinking that it would be just the regular color black. I mean, it was dark, but it wasn't like bona fide pure black, so I still had to spray paint it black afterwards. But did that, got some craft foam, made those little different sections on the tabard. Came out pretty well. Now I have since remade that again. Got the sections to be a little bit more accurate to how it actually looks on the video game. Made it a little bit more sturdier. I actually learned to use contact cement with this as opposed to hot glue, because hot glue, it does its job, but it doesn't hold as well as contact cement does. So version 2 of this is made with contact cement and a little bit better of a design on those sections on it. Now my first version I ordered the mask that I wanted. It was actually Noob Saibot's mask, because Rain either doesn't have a definitive mask for himself, or the one that I found I didn't like. I forget which one, but I found one for Noob Saibot. Ordered that, but it wasn't going to arrive in time for Dragon Con, so I bought a good enough one from a store here in Atlanta called Costumes Etc. Got that one worked for the moment. Put that all together, rocked it at Dragon Con 2016. Had a blast. Had a bunch of. I missed the actual Mortal Kombat photo shoot because I was hanging around at the giant Marvel shoot for way too long. But I did happen to catch a few people at the end of that photo shoot, and we all kind of hung out together. And one photographer asked, "Hey, y'all want to shoot together?" We said, "Cool." We had our own little impromptu mini shoot, and I actually enjoyed that one a whole lot better than I've enjoyed a lot of bigger shoots. Like the smaller, more intimate ones, I tend to enjoy more. Not that I don't like the big ones, I still go to the big ones and enjoy it, but those smaller, more intimate ones I tend to enjoy those more. So that was great. Again, after Dragon Con, I got the right mask, the one that I wanted. So got that one, improved it. Then I remade the vest, not the vest, but the tabard afterwards. So that was looking a lot better. I'm probably going to redo it again. I'm actually going to do the video game accurate forearm guards and shin guards. I'm going to remake the tabard again, and yeah. So that's it for Rain. Now, the ninja formerly known as Rain, I came up with that name because I could have just said Purple Rain, but I feel like Purple Rain still describes regular Rain because he's purple and his name is Rain. So that's why I don't just simply call the mashup Purple Rain. Now I've resolved to the fact that I've just accepted the fact that people are going to call my mashup just plain Purple Rain. Now, it doesn't make me mad, I accepted it, but just if you ask me what the name of it is, I'm going to tell you that it's the ninja formerly known as Rain. I feel like that's a lot more distinctive and sets it apart from everything else. So I had a hard time with this one because it sat on my mind for about 2 years. The thing that held me back was I wanted to do a version of his guitar, but I didn't know how to make it, and I just kind of was looking for people to commission it, and either they couldn't make a guitar big enough, or it was going to be too much money, or I would find somebody to do it, and then by the time I saved up the money, they went ghost on me and I couldn't find them anymore. And I eventually got to the point where I said, you know what, let me try and make this thing myself. Now, in the meantime, I came across the Purple Ranger. Big shout out to Billy Light, the Purple Ranger. He beat me to the idea of using a Prince guitar for a Prince mashup. So of course he took Power Rangers and mixed it with Prince, therefore the Purple Ranger. So he, we met online. We were talking back and forth, and he was kind enough to allow me to come over to his crib and trace his guitar. So I used that outline to make mine. Made that out of EVA foam, those puzzle piece looking mats. Cut that out. I reinforced the front and back of it with a foam core board. I got the Mortal Kombat Dragon 3D printed, shipped that to me. I used that for the middle of the guitar as opposed to the Prince symbol on it. Now I messed up the paint job a couple of times, and I started running out of time. I was like, you know what, how can I mask this mess up that I did? And I ended up deciding to take some red paint and sprinkling it across the guitar to cover up the bad paint job, but also add another effect to it, because if this is Mortal Kombat, I probably will have killed somebody at some point, fatality somebody. So that's where the blood comes in, and I named the guitar the Fatality guitar. Also, to add a little bit more distinctiveness to it, I painted it black as opposed to purple, so I could kind of make it distinctive from the Purple Rangers. And I also added some LED lights around it. So that's the guitar. That's one of the first props I've made myself, and it just goes to show, like, y'all, just try it. You never know what you can do until you actually try and do it, and that's the lesson I learned with doing this prop for the ninja formerly known as Rain. So once I got past that, everything else fast forwarded, everything else picked up from there. My first button sewing job, because Prince has those pants with the asymmetrical fly. I actually found out that's what that is. It's not just random paste buttons. That's actually the fly on his pants. So the buttons kind of go here. I just took some regular pants and just sewed the buttons on there. I got a pair of shoes that I have, spray painted those purple. Used the same tabard from just the regular Rain costume. Got a black ruffled shirt. I think it's called a Jabot, J-A-B-O-T. So the little ruffle part here with the ruffles on the sleeves. Bought a good Jerry curl-ish looking wig. Used Rain's mask for that. Didn't use the balaclava. And I think that's it. Oh no, I had some fingerless lace black gloves that I used. I kind of went back and forth about whether or not I wanted to have that ruffle shirt be white or black, but I decided on black just kind of keep with the same color scheme that Rain has. So put all that together, and that seemed to be a hit. Now I actually hooked up with the Purple Ranger. I also have a friend of mine, Maya Garner. Big shout out to Maya Empire on Instagram. She does a Prince mashup as well. If you guys don't know, Wonder Woman, her real name is Diana Prince. So she mixed that with Prince, and it's called Diana Prince Rogers Nelson. And then we have another friend of ours, Lucius. Lucian, I believe his name is. I messed his name up. So he just does regular Prince. So we all got together and did a big photo shoot together. Big shout out to Jeffrey Hall of Dr. Law's Photo Lab. He did the photos for us, and we just we did that together, and the pictures blew up on social media. So yeah, we did, and we cosplayed together at Dragon Con last year. That was a hit. So brought that mashup to life. Loved it. I'm wearing it again this year at Dragon Con. So yeah, just another mashup on my list there. Now on to Raw Cosplay Wednesday. Of course, you guys can probably predict that when I wear my Rain, I get confused for pretty much every other Mortal Kombat ninja, which I'm not really mad about because they really are just palette swaps. They're the same. Up through Mortal Kombat 4, they were all the same design every time and just swapping colors. So, if I get called Sub-Zero or Scorpion, I'm not really too mad. But the crazy thing for me is when you correct people, like I said in a few videos ago, you can't correct people without sounding like a jerk. Like somebody flagged me down from way down the street, said, "Hey, Sub-Zero," and I was like, "Not quite Sub-Zero, but you're close." He's like, "Come on, man, come on." I'm like, why are you getting mad? Like, I'm just correcting you. I'm not upset that you got it wrong, but I'm not gonna make you think you got it right. But yeah, that's always what happens with cosplays. Like, people get mad that you corrected them and wouldn't let them think they got it right when they didn't. That's all really for that. That's why I combined this video, this episode of Raw Cosplay Wednesday with all the other topics, just because that would have been a 2-second video. So yeah, that's it for Raw Cosplay Wednesday. Of course, Rain, because he's not as popular of a Mortal Kombat ninja, he's gonna get confused for Sub-Zero, Scorpion, even though it's like a completely different color. But yeah, that's it. That's what happens when I wear Rain. It comes with the territory. Now, I mentioned that tomorrow is Dragon Con. So this weekend is gonna be super jam-packed. It's gonna be a lot going on. I'm going to try to make a video, cosplay music video. That's all, you guys like it. It is going to be X-Men themed. Actually, I'm going to try to do 2 videos centered around the X-Men. So I'm going to try that to get a lot of footage over the weekend. So you're not going to get a lot of videos from me coming up in September, but the ones that you do get hopefully will be super epic and super awesome. So be on the lookout for those. Y'all wish me luck. This will be my first time trying to do any kind of cosplay music video, any elaborate video like that. So hopefully that all works out well. That's it for me tonight, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night, have a good time at whatever con you're going to next. Good luck on your cosplay builds. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button. Be on the lookout for something special for me next month, like I said. And y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all at the next video. Peace.